Hi, my name is Raksha, and today's video is about a topic that I have spoken so much about on Instagram. And someone asked me to get into a little more detail about releasing rush from our body and how that has a direct impact on releasing weight. In this topic, we're going to focus on two subsections. The first is going to be to understand cortisol, and the second is going to understand connection to our body. Now, before I get started, I want to tell you that we've gotten too used to 8-second reels, 9-second reels, which are actually the time span that a goldfish can hold attention for. So, literally, humans have started having the same attention span as a goldfish. We want to get to the end of a reel really quickly. We want to cut to the chase really quickly. We want people to talk really, really fast and get there quickly, get the answers quickly. We also want to skip parts of the music whereby we feel like this is boring and I want to go to where the mic drops and that part where the chorus is, and I want to go to that part really quickly, and then we immediately slide the toggle to that place. And all we want out of life is not the part of discomfort, but the part of pleasure. I wouldn't even call it joy because joy and pleasure are very different things. And in some video, I'll break that down as well. So I'm saying this so that you understand that there is a reason why I am never going to rush through any video. That's the whole point, right? This whole video is about releasing rush. I am not going to speak fast. And I also would love it if you don't increase the speed of this to 1.5 or 2, because you're going to miss the whole point. You're going to miss the whole point of allowing yourself to sit through the discomfort of when is she going to finally start talking about cortisol and connection. That's the point. Because I ground myself, you have an opportunity to allow yourself to be reprogrammed by this connection here. So allow yourself to treat this video or to treat any other video where the speaker is speaking slowly without too many pictures, etc., coming up to keep you entertained. Use that to regulate yourself. Start becoming the person who is okay with discomfort. Okay, so now we're going to dive in. Okay, the very first thing that we have to understand is that cortisol is not a bad guy. Cortisol is simply a stress hormone that our body produces as defense mechanism when there is stress. It comes to take care of us. It comes to protect us. Okay, so I don't want you to think of this insulin and this cortisol and they're bad guys. They're not bad guys. They're here to protect us. So take a breath and release all this tension that you have created around the word cortisol. And then I want you to understand that whenever we put ourselves in self-inflicted miseries of mental overdrive, rush, stress, excessive emotional response to something that actually can be perceived neutrally, when there is an overdrive running through your body to find an answer, to get that task done right now, that insistence that that task should be done right now, that insistence that it should be done the way you want it to be done. All of that is going to tell your system that you are under threat. It's because you are extremely uncomfortable with giving up control. Your work is to do what you know. Move on it, absolutely. Action is important. Aligned action is important. But at the same time, to insist that it should be according to you is creating mental overdrive, is creating rush, is creating stress, is creating this sense of urgency in you. And then you're literally not living in the present moment and you're living in your mental plane. So the first thing that we have to understand that cortisol is just coming in response to this self-inflicted insistence. And then this cortisol is flooding our system. And as a tribal response to all of this cortisol in our body, we hold on to fat simply because the body sees that as a way to conserve energy. That, okay, you know what? This person is under threat. Is there a war outside? Will this person have to go inside a bunker and like live in that bunker for a few days? Is there a threat outside? Is a lion chasing her? Is another tribe trying to kill her? Is there like something like that happening where she needs to go in hiding and then she might not have access to food for a lot of days? So let me save out on all of this fat as protection so that she can use it as an energy source. And guess where that goes maximum? On our belly. So this happens as a response to stress. But in actuality, we do not actually have a tribe that is following us, or a lion that is chasing us, or a war that is happening when it's not happening in today's time. You have to know that there is no actual real threat. It is perceived threat. And you'll end up creating that perceived threat when you insist that things should be done on your timeline according to you and with the outcome that you think is correct. So you can easily start regulating your cortisol if you just allow yourself to get present, to take a breath and go within, and allow yourself to notice the neutrality of the situation on the outside instead of thinking of it as a threat, instead of perceiving it as a threat. So that's about cortisol. Okay. And then the second is about connection. We are human beings, which is our superpower, is to be. It is to allow ourselves to be rooted in one place, in our stillness, allowing ourselves to be so connected to our bodies, to our hunger signals, and also to sensations. These all, which come from a calm place, not from a dysregulated place, are the ones that need to be answered. So I'm going to give you an example. When our energy is ungrounded, okay, let's say if I'm overwhelmed and I'm anxious and my energy is ungrounded and it's here, like, okay, It's around me. It's outside of me. It's thinking of the past. It's thinking of the future. It's into other people. If my energy is outside of me, it's ungrounded, I'm dysregulated, that's not something we have to follow. That thing like I really want to have that scoop of ice cream. That's not what we have to follow. We need to learn to connect with our body, to understand what it's truly asking for or what it's crying victim for. And you will only be able to create this connection with your body when you are able to release rush. Okay, so this is your opportunity to practice more mindfulness, more stillness, more regulation, more presence. Whichever word lands more with you, practice that. I hope this helps someone, and this can start becoming the way whereby you are able to release weight. When you release rush, because your cortisol will not be flooding your system and holding on to protective weight on your belly. And when you are connected to your body, you will know when you want to eat and how much you want to eat. And you will not go around opening cabinets answering dysregulation. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope it was insightful, and I wish you luck forward. And I'll see you soon.